Hey, we're live. What's up, everybody? It's me, Max Hedgehog here. Hopefully, everybody is doing all right because you know what? I'm doing fine myself. So, today is episode 28 of the NRLOA podcast, and that is right. It's probably a very special one, but I'll get down to it very, very soon as my Google Hangouts is going crazy. Um, Daniel Will saying he's pumped. By the way, I'm the only one here right now because I want to make a few announcements. Um, it's pretty sure that after the NASCAR season gets done, after this week, there will be another NRLOA podcast after the season finale. Overall, after the season finale, and um, after that episode, we'll probably go live for an NRLOA podcast if something like big were to happen during the off season. So hopefully, I mean, the NRLOA podcast is not going anywhere. Believe me, it's not going anywhere. But it'll probably be on part time during the off season. That is until we get to the 2017 Sprint Cup Series season. So very excited, very much looking forward to that. Elijah Gordon talk shows will be on Saturday, however, with the exception of next week, because I'm probably going to decide to move it over to Friday. Thankfully, thank goodness I don't have school on the 25th next week, so yay. I think there's another announcement. Oh, yeah. Elijah Gordon talk show episode, I think it's number 21. And that funny thing is, it's held on New Year's Eve. So what I'm thinking about doing is inviting a lot of people. Each and every single call. No, I can't talk today, guys. I'm sorry. But each and every single person from the last live stream, which was the Can-Am 500, when I announced that everybody that was in that call was invited, I'm going to invite a few more people. Guys like Daniel, William Brock, Reagan Whitlock, all those guys. And I'll probably have a few people, like physically over here in my room, kind of chit-chatting around. Maybe have like a little party, an overnight party or something. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So, yeah, with that being said, I'm going to now send out the invites. Alex Bonsinger said that he was at a baseball game, but the invite is going to be right there for him. So I want to send out the invites right now. I'm going to send out the invites to people. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Let's see. I'm trying to select a few people. By the way, to Tristan Allen, we wish you best in the EWRL. Hopefully you have a great time over there. Trying to find a few more people that I could send invites out to. All right, let's see. I'll probably invite Cody, so what the heck? I might as well. Anybody else I can think of? I don't know, to be honest. So I'm trying to find. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Well, we might as well start with those people that I just sent invites out to now, and saying Google Hangouts invites are out. So probably just wait for some people to come in, and yeah, I'm hoping everybody had a great day today. I did, because you know what, I did too. And there's the blue hedgehog.
Hi, everybody. The blue hedgehog is spinning around. I blame Poland because they stole my gold medal from Switzerland's capital city of who cares.
Wait. You participated in the Olympics?
Only my YouTube profile picture participated in the Olympics, not the human.
Oh, so here's a little funny story. Apparently, me and Boyles took showers near the same time. It was only 3 minutes apart, which was very funny.
We're now clean hedgehog brothers. That's what we are.
Oh, hey, you have a story?
That was my story because of my introduction.
Oh, I thought that was your
By
song.
the way, oh yeah. So, Chef Hedgehog, okay, I got a good story. You're gonna laugh your pants off, folks. So Chef Hedgehog went to IHOP to buy some awesome eggnog pancakes. He asked to make sure to have a lot more eggnog, so that way he could be an eggnog hedgehog. Becoming an eggnog hedgehog, nog and hog, that's a funny rhyme. But
yeah.
He enjoyed a good eggnog breakfast because he's so noggy. Yes. I feel like today is the blue hedgehogs. No, it's the two hedgehogs.
Oh, hey. Guess what?
What?
The YouTubing pirate is in the chat, guys.
Yeah, that's my friend, so I can just... I'm trying to not cuss, so that way he doesn't swat me with the Amy infection. He's gonna go, what the Smurf?
Watch. In the chat, he's gonna say, what the Smurf?
And we're back. Oh my god. 3 people jumped in front of me.
Alright, so,
crap.
Hey, Boyles,
yes, continue.
Was it... I think isn't the reason why you're probably not going to be at the homestead weekend is because you're probably because of work?
Yeah, Friday I'm not going to be there because I have to be at work at 6. I don't get off till like 3 in the morning, so probably when you're asleep, that's when I'll be off.
Yeah.
Saturday definitely won't be there because I have to be at work from like 12 to 8. Sunday is a question mark.
Well, finally, I got that stupid gnat that was flying around.
Boy, those gnats hate hedgehogs, don't they?
They do. All right, so let's get down to it. Since it's just me and Boyles, we might as well. So, recap Phoenix for the Truck Series race. Very surprised. I was very shocked. 10 laps to go, and then within 10 laps to go of that race, William Byron had a very dominating lead, and then eventually his engine let go.
Kaboom.
Due to very hot water temperatures. So, Boyles, you got any thoughts on that?
That's kind of rare that Phoenix International Raceway had engine problems, I mean, no disrespect to William Byron. He should have won that race if that engine didn't let go. But, he dominated a good race. First time a driver that has won like 6 races does not make the Final 4. That tells you how the chase for the championship system is a big shocker to most of us. And, I mean, you and I were surprised when he blew up. I was like, wow, that's huge championship implications. And, Daniel Suarez, who drove the 51, he went on to win the race, even though KBM led the entire race, even though it was with 2 different drivers, of course, with William Byron and Daniel Suarez.
Yeah. To be honest, those were the only 2 dominant drivers out there. Xfinity, we're definitely not gonna talk about Xfinity because, yeah. It's an obvious fact that Kyle Busch did the most boring and most hateful thing ever.
And you know why Xfinity and trucks are going to have that rule for Cup drivers only. So, But you got to hand it to Justin Allgaier. We didn't know if he was going to have enough fuel to make it to the end of the race, and he ended up finishing, I think it was like third, and it was enough for him to make the final four. I mean, Eric Jones, two issues on pit road, he still makes the final four.
And kudos to Blake Cook. He had driving for a first year team, and he got them that far. If Justin Allgaier had a problem, and all of a sudden Blake Cook's car came to life, Cook would have been in the final four.
Yeah, you got to give a team that we didn't even heard of this team at the start of the year thinking, oh, this is going to be a starting park team, to a team that almost made the final four. That's throwing a bunch of heads going, man, that 11 team was exciting to watch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel bad for Bubba Wallace, though, because he put up such a great fight.
Despite his grandma passed away, and unfortunately for him, Brendan Gaughan, who had a tire failure, he crashed out. Those two, along with Blake Cook, and I'm trying to figure out who was the fourth driver that was recently eliminated. Ryan Reed, yes. Ryan Reed, I don't think he just had a lot of problems from the word go. I mean, but kudos to him. I mean, he hasn't been to victory lane since Daytona of last year.
Yeah,
that's ironic. But those four can't be disappointed. They got to be proud. They, if Homestead was last weekend, who knows if they would have made the final four. But regardless, that's how it is. And William Bruck's here.
Three Musketeers that reunited.
Pretty soon he'll be saying, my phone is ringing.
Well, I'm not even in my mom and dad's room, so.
Oh, that's cool.
So, at least we won't be hearing that, I think.
Thankfully.
Phone goes off.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But, yeah, I think in the truck race, I think, William Byron was one. That was obvious. And Ben Kennedy was the other. Here's something funny. We have one Chevy and 3 Toyotas in the Final Four. Here in the Cup Series Final Four, where it was inverted, 3 Chevys, 1 Toyota.
Again, the irony gets real.
Yeah. But then the Cup Series race at Phoenix, that was actually a pretty good one. It was good right down till we got to the end. That's when everybody was raging the heck out. Everybody was raging the heck out of that win from Joey Logano. But Alex Bowman led the most laps in that race. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
So
only to end up finishing in the top 5.
But hey, that's pretty good. That's really good.
Well, he's pretty much been getting top 5s, ever since he's joined after Dale Jr.'s concussion-related symptoms.
Well, I mean, he's been performing top 5, but there are those races where he was performing at a top 5 level, but then all of a sudden something has to happen, and then all of a sudden, and then he finishes like top 20, top 30. But Kansas, I think he finished in the top 10, and then earlier last weekend finished top 5. So a lot of things went his way.
And plus, I want to mention the most laps he led. That's the first time he's led the most laps than what he's had in his entire career in the Cup Series. It's also, I want to point this out, his top 5 finish. That was his best finish of his entire career. Not from the part of Tommy Baldwin Racing where he would have been driving the 7, but it's now Regan Smith. But ever since he's gotten to Hendrick, he's starting to improve pretty good. And, it may earn him a drive possibly with a couple of teams, which, of course, Elijah, you'll get to them later on, as I just saw Steve Park got spun by the pace car. But
What?
yeah, Steve Park got spun by the pace car.
Are you playing like NASCAR 02
Yeah.
or something?
Yeah. But anyway, enough of me talking about that. But, the thing is, if Dale Jr. retires, there's been some talk Alex Bowman may be driving the 88 team
Yeah.
in the near future. So that could be a good situation, just like Chase Elliott replacing the now retired Jeff Gordon, who's currently working for Fox.
Jinx. But yeah, it's actually it's going to be very interesting. We don't know if I'm not sure if Dale Jr. might retire, but
Well,
it's still in the talks. It's still in the talks. It's still in the talks amongst the fans, though.
Well,
So
to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up retiring at the end of this year.
Then again, you have another Earnhardt in the field, and Jeffrey Earnhardt, who's going to be in the 83 this week. So, the Earnhardt name will still live because of Jeffrey Earnhardt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then
he is. Isn't he like Junior's nephew?
I
Yes.
think Junior's nephew, and he's like what, the fourth
Kerry
generation?
Earnhardt, fourth generation, and he's also Kerry Earnhardt's son.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually going to be very interesting. Very interesting what might go down in the future. But I think Dale Jr. might come back, but it's a 50-50 chance. Because he's been saying, I want to get back in the race car. I want to get back in the race car. That's what he's been saying this whole time.
Yeah, but chances are he'll probably be. I mean, I'm not saying he would, but chances are he probably would be so banged up he probably couldn't be able to race anymore.
Yeah, what happens if he has another concussion next year? Then, he has to probably retire, and, whoever's going to take over needs to step up to the plate and represent Hendrick for next year if he does end up getting another concussion.
It kind of reminds me of it kind of reminds me of, I think, Bobby Allison when he wrecked a Pocono, except his wreck was twice as worse. Or actually, no, like worse times 10, I guess you could say. And he was forced to retire. Dick Trickle came in and took over, and he did not live up to the expectations.
Well, he did good for a while, but he could just never get a win.
Plus, back then, the cars back then are a lot different than the cars that we have today. The cars we have today, carbon fiber, a lot of safety innovations. Back then, we had guardrails. This time, we have safer barriers throughout the entire racetrack.
Another thing about it is that sometimes the impact can be a lot harder with the positioning of the seat, whether if it's closer to the door or closer to the center of the car.
Exactly.
Because back then, I think...
Back then, you would have been dead.
Yeah. The seats were like, what? Probably about 5 inches towards the door. Now they're 5 inches away from the door. So that way there's room for that carbon fiber.
Exactly.
It's just strange how, despite all of the technical advances that NASCAR has had over the years, Dale Jr. still managed to have concussion-related symptoms.
Well, think back. I think there's been a couple times, like take for example, Dale Jr. at Dover had door slam the wall, driver's side, and I think he was able to get out of it on his own power. Then I think he went unconscious.
Yeah.
Or did he go unconscious in the car?
He went to the hospital, then he was released, and he was cleared to race for Dega.
Yeah. By the way, that was back in 2003, so.
Which I did watch that race.
Yeah, I was too little to watch that race. So
You're a little hedgehog. That's what you were back then.
baby hedgehog.
I was about like 6 back then.
True.
Yeah, but I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. It depends. Depends on what's going to
Anything
happen.
can happen. A lot of things can happen.
All right. Yeah. So there's been some news as of lately. I know everybody's seen Matt DiBenedetto's car that he's going to run a Homestead. Funny thing is, it's not going to
I
be
haven't.
the 83, 93. It's going to be the
The
49.
49.
I think Voiles sent me a picture.
Yeah, I did send you a picture. It's the NASCAR Heat Evolution game car that he's racing,
Yeah.
which is $49.99. That's why he's driving the 49 car, because that's
yeah.
how much it costs. It's 49. Well, estimate $50. He should have been driving the 50 and not the 49.
Then what's well, if there's a car with 99, what's going to be the sponsor? WWE Network?
Oh man, that's
Good point. Good point.
That's a good one.
No,
right,
nah,
let's
that
see.
should have been. Nah, I should have said 9 instead of 99. But either way,
Yeah.
I'm trying to find that picture, but while we're on the topics of paint schemes, Wells did send me did send us all a picture of Tony Stewart's car.
Which
I've
also
seen it. I've been trying to for like I think since yesterday, but thanks to Voiles, he was able to get this up.
Yeah,
And
on
I'm
the
going-
paint team, it has all the wins that he's won so far to the most recent one, which was Sonoma back then. So all the wins are on the back bumper. It also has like the names of the car. Like, I don't know how many names. Like, I don't know, an estimate of, I want to say 20, 30,000 names or something like that. I don't know. But I saw when I first saw the paint team, it was fantastic car in my opinion.
Yeah.
Really, it's sad to see Stewart go, but at the same time, he wants to do other things in his life, and we fully respect that. I don't know if what Stewart Haas is going to do. Stewart Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, which is next weekend for the season finale for F1. Because Kurt Busch been to F1 race this year during the off week for NASCAR, so that could be a possibility. Check up on the Haas F1 with Gene Haas. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand that, and we'll have to see what he does. And I'm looking forward to Clint Boyer, who's racing his final race with H. Scott Motorsports before he goes over to replace Stewart Haas Racing next season and driving the 14 Mobile One, now Ford, which is going to be something we're going to have to get used to in the next few weeks.
Yeah, and it's going to be very, very interesting.
Yes, it is.
So I think there was a sponsor that Voiles mentioned. I think Max Peating Rods. Okay. When I first saw it, first thing came to my mind was Max Peeing Rods.
XD.
That's the first thing that came to my mind. It was like, oh my gosh,
a racist sponsor.
Joey Gase is actually going to get sponsored by Peeing Rods. That Jeez. Hey, wait for it.
Oh man.
Oh gosh, darn it! We didn't hear that.
What?
We didn't hear the most famous word from William Brock.
Bruh. But
oh my gosh! I mean, that was actually
cool.
The first thing that came to my mind when I first saw it.
Few notables for the Xfinity series, or a couple of drivers like Kyle Larson. He's going to be running triple duty. He'll run trucks, Xfinity, and Cup.
I looked over the entry list, and two Cup drivers in the Truck Series, 5 in the Xfinity Series.
And the 5 are, I know one is Larson. I think Austin Dillon,
Matt DiBenedetto,
the burrito.
Kyle Larson, Eric Almirola, and I'm loading up the I'm gonna load up the entry list again, so that way I can get this.
Also, Jordan Anderson's doing double duty this weekend, running both the trucks in the Xfinity Series and his 66 for the Truck Series this weekend.
No, I don't want to look at paint schemes. I meant to look at the entry list.
Elijah's favorite word in the whole wide world.
Come on!
This is why we love Elijah Gordon, eh?
Alright. Please don't go to paint schemes. Please don't go to paint schemes. Please don't go to paint schemes.
Oh, we have a hiccup.
Just freaking went to paint schemes. I'm sorry. We're having some technical
Ladies and gentlemen,
difficulties.
Elijah Gordon's raging at crap.
I'm raging at crap. Alright, so at least it's not like my rage of the elections.
Oh, no kidding.
Alright, now I finally was able to be patient and let the website completely load up.
J-Ski is what we're talking about.
Yep.
J-Ski's been a total moron to me when I try to look up something.
Yeah. Alright, so we
got Apple's being a moron.
We got Austin Dillon in the 2, Matt DiBenedetto in the 10. No surprise.
The start in part 10.
Starting part 10. Ryan Blaney. Brian Blaney is the 5th Xfinity Cup driver.
What ride is he driving? Let me guess. The 22?
22.
Not surprised.
Not surprised at all.
I'm glad it's not Horseface or Little Girl.
You don't have the nay, nay, nay every time Horseface wins a race and the little girl going, oh my gosh, I'm going to buy some more lipstick.
Hey, Elijah. Since Brad Keselowski's done with the Xfinity, guess what? The streak of having a win in the 22 car
is over. Yay!
Elijah's happy. Yay! Same can't be said to Joey Logano.
Crap, wait. No, actually, he has more than 5 years of experience, so he's not going to be...
Well, no, I'm saying as far as wins are concerned, the winning streak.
Yeah.
Even though he drives a different number.
Yep. All right. I'm trying to look for some more news. The 48 team may have a secret weapon with Darian Grubb.
Ooh.
They're saying, a lot of articles are saying that Darian Grubb may help the 48 team win the championship. If this were to be true, do you think Darian Grubb may do it?
You know, he did before replacing Chad Knaus for the Daytona 500. I won't be surprised if he does it for a championship.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
I think the last time Darian Grubb took over the pit box of the 48 was the Daytona 500 in 2006.
There's something I didn't know. France on we don't care about the France on Family NASCAR article. We don't care about that.
So is Darian Grubb going to help Johnson, or is he just going to get some grub?
Well, no, he's going to get grubby.
With
Grubby,
Billy.
Grubby. All right.
Now you're starting to make me hungry, LOL.
Oh, there's a crew chief debut going into the season finale. Bumgarner. Never mind.
Mike Bumgarner?
Mike Bumgarner.
Who the heck is Mike Bumgarner? That better not be Chloe's dad. If that is Chloe's dad, I'm going to go, what?
All right, so speaking of,
even though the two are not related. So.
Let's hear some NR 2003 news since Boyles brought up Chloe Bumgarner.
Yeah, since she's going to be one of two Audis in the field. I don't know if Martin Nixon, I don't know if I should get Martin Nixon a new rider or something like that. It's completely, I'll probably think about that in the next couple of days.
His favorite number is number 19, and he loves Fords.
Yeah, there's one problem. Alex Hawkins took the 19, just saying.
That's fine. He can still drive the 39, but he'll probably switch the manufacturer to Ford, and his favorite sponsor is Spax.
The heck is Spax?
I'll pull up a picture of it on Google Images. And his corporate sponsors are NOS Energy.
So he's like a NOS boy, just like you.
Yeah. Except he embraces it more than me.
Funny.
Here, just hang on a second. I'm trying to find a... Oh, here's a big giant picture of Spax logo. This is Spax.
Oh, nice. Let me pause. No, I don't want to quit the race.
Don't quit the race.
If I quit the race, I lose my lap advantage. What is Spax even about? Like, is it like a spray company or is it like a tool company?
It's a tool company.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, whoa, that's bad. This is weird. See these two things right here? See that?
Hold on.
Look at my mouse. Bouncing back and forth.
I see it.
The heck?
Looks like she needs a spanking.
Oh my god.
What's up, man? Try on. Okay. Back on topic.
Of course, you all know.
Also...
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Anyway, as I was saying, you also already heard the news with Tristan Allen now no longer in the 55. Sean McKean will be debuting next race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And he will not be driving Tristan Allen's the chocolate car.
The chocolate car.
Yeah. He will be driving a LaCoya. So LaCoya will be making their debut, or their return to PCS Ray. The last time LaCoya debuted was, last time they raced was Homestead last season. But, LaCoya has not been to victory lane. Also, I want to throw this out. Out of the manufacturers now that we have on the grid, Audi and Subaru. Audi is the only manufacturer that has more starts than the other 5 manufacturers that have not visited victory lane. So, and also good news for William Brock, since I now found the Mazdas, it will now go in effect that William Brock and his teammate Henry Williams will be making that manufacturer swap from Chevy to Mazda, so that way Audra Baranowskis is not alone in the Mazda organization, so yay. The problem is I don't know what sponsors William Brock and Henry Williams want, but we'll get that.
Yeah, I haven't quite figured that out yet.
All right. So we'll get that discussed in the next couple of weeks. So that's going to go ongoing. So Front Row Motorsports, as Elijah has already heard about this, Front Row Motorsports in PCS Ray, they're making a manufacturer swap from Ford to Nissan. Which Nissan are you asking? One will be a Nissan Altima and one will be a Nissan Maxima. So it'll be two different Nissans, but still it'll be the same manufacturer either way. And continue, Elijah.
Speaking of Nissan, Nissan is trending right now.
Funny.
It just appeared on my trending list. But this is actually going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah. Also,
So-
Elijah Gordon, I'm going to make you a Metallica car, so that way you can be happy.
Yay, I won't just have a Metallica truck.
Also, Emily Anderson, she's going to have a Mountain Dew scheme. You know the secondary sponsorships that are on Elijah's 77, Emily's 66, etc. I'm going to try to make alternate schemes for all 4 of EGIs, even though I don't know if Joshua Cornish has.
He does.
Okay.
I think he might.
If he does, that's great. If he doesn't, then it's okay.
We may have to get Danny Williams over here, so that way we can see the corporate sponsor stuff on the 87.
Yeah. But now, if Emmanuel Hartnett, if you are watching this stream, I need to message you about Fire and Ice Racing as far as you're concerned. Because 4 drivers have swap manufacturers. One swap from a Toyota, one swap from a, I think it was a Dodge, and 2 swap from Chevys to Mitsubishi Lancer. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Mitsubishi Lancer has left Williams Racing to join forces with Fire and Ice Racing. I don't know if Emmanuel wants him or his drivers switching to Lancer. I'll have to ask him, and then we'll go from there about that situation. Circle Sports has ceased operations, so you know what that means for Luke Cage.
Yep, he's going to be left without a ride.
Incorrect, Elijah.
Oh, really?
He is actually moving over to Chevy Camaro Motorsports. He will be driving the 3rd Chevy Camaro in the field, so he won't be left out without a ride. And
nice.
And here's another thing: he has sponsorship.
Yay!
He will be driving the number 33 Arby's Chevy Camaro for Chevy Camaro Motorsports. So joining forces with Marco Diaz, and here's something ironic, and this is so funny. Diaz and Cage, listen to this. Won Rookie of the Year in won Rookie of the Year in the Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings series, and they also won the championship in their Rookie of the Year. Again, irony.
Irony.
Now they're going to be teammates. Now, tell me how that's going to be ironic enough for those 3. So Luke Cage, thankfully, with some backing with Chevy Camaro, because, this was ongoing. And there's been rumors Danny Rant may be also moving to Chevy Camaro to make it a 4-car team.
Nice.
Chevy Camaro expanding their motorsports, just like Lancer.
Nice.
Riley Anderson, if you did not see on the in the dual races, she has swapped manufacturers from Chevy to Mercedes, and rumors that that Thomas Johnson may also be switching to Mercedes after this season is over. Nothing has been confirmed yet. And it is the new Mercedes AMG. The new Mercedes AMG 63 has been, still a work in progress for Anderson, since it is the first time she's ever racing a Mercedes.
Nice.
So, I can't say I'm surprised about that, but then again, it was coming either way.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are your guys' reaction to that as I just ran in the pit lane wall? GG me.
It's a boy!
Well, I went a little too fast. That was my problem.
Yeah.
And I got damaged, Daryl.
You got damaged, kids.
Oh, one time I was racing, and when I came off pit road, guess what happened? The yellow came out. Just as I got through making my pit stop, the caution comes out. The season finale, which last season was at Homestead, it will be moved as rest in pepperoni pit crew guy that got hit by the Aaron's Dream Machine.
Now he's having a nightmare.
He will be, as I fell to second. Oops. So he will be. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah. Anyway, that will be interesting for the next couple of weeks. Also, Yoshi and Yuki are going to have a new sponsorship very soon. I don't know what kind of sponsors.
Okay.
So, hey, at least I'm glad Lancer is going to now focus their operations, because we didn't see any operations from them.
Yeah.
Well, only with Williams Racing, but they've only won 2 races,
Yeah.
so we'll have to see how Lancer. Oh, and just as the caution just came out for the 3rd time in my race. I started this race well before the show began. Oh wow, Jason Leffler, he's putting it in reverse. Rip Leffler.
Wow.
He's doing a spinning car, and that really is going to trap the field up then. But yeah, but the new Mercedes AMG C63, that's what the chassis is, the C63.
Yeah.
So it's a working car. So, and of course, we have Buick, Alex Miller, the only Subaru representative in the field. Subaru, I believe, did or did not make the race. You'll have to look at the dual races. So, not sure about the the Oreo Cup Series. I don't know if we will be resuming that or not, since Daniel Williams lost all of the cars. And
Well, actually, no. Williams got his computer fixed.
Well, no, he said that he lost the entire car pack, is what I'm saying.
He has everything.
Well, okay. We'll have to check with him on that. So, but anyway, as I don't know why we're going 20 miles an hour under a pacing. Should be 40. Anyway, so we don't know if the now I just lost my words. We don't know what's going to be happening with who will be the driver of the 93 next season, as for some reason the AI is passing me under caution. Why, I don't know. But because I'm supposed to be the leader, not second, and for some reason, the AI is being a jerk. But anyway, don't know what's going to happen. The Mario Kart Dash Series, I want to talk about this. They will not have an all-star race. They will not have a chase system, because why would you have a chase system with less than 25 cars? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so they won't have a chase. However, they will be with us for All-Star Race Weekend, joining the drivers that did not have a win either from this season or last season. And I think EGI, I think all 4 of their cars. I don't think. Well, if I didn't delete Auto Club, then EGI would have one of their cars in the All-Star race. But since I accidentally that plan with the badness. So anyway,
Yep. All right. Hang on.
We don't. Okay.
Go ahead.
We don't know if Homestead's going to be the finale, because I'm hearing rumors it may be moving to a different location. Probably Bacchus may host the finale.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some burgers.
Oh, burgers. So, yeah. So, in my deal, I'm on lap 129 of 400 in my mock race for the PS2 Winston Cup, because I'm racing at Richmond. And I have not even made it to Memorial Day weekend on my mock season, which is crazy. Oh, I need to throw this out. Shane Lake's going to make his debut in the 24, which means and also And there's another person, if I forget to pronounce his name correctly, I do apologize. He'll make his debut also at Atlanta, which means Vanellope von Schweetz will either have one of two things. Either she's moving to the 660 or something. I don't know what. We'll have to wait and see about that in the next coming days. Yeah. So, there was something else I was going to. Oh, I will not be racing the entire Foster Series schedule for 2017, just like last season. Not only due to PTRL commitments, but I also, and this could also affect Annie Thomas as far as Annie's concerned, because if I can go ahead and pull this up, which I'm pulling up my Facebook right now. Let me find my World Sports Facebook page. If you haven't liked the Facebook page, go for it. World Sport. We're going to be in the Stunod Racing Cup Series for 2017. So Annie Thomas will be running a limited schedule because of that. So there's going to be a couple of things we'll need to do. One, we're going to have to figure out who will be the replacement for the 23. And of course, the other thing is sponsorship is to be determined for the second driver driving the for the 23. So now you can just say before the season begins, Annie Thomas and Daniel and myself will be eliminated from championship contention due to the fact that we're going to be running a limited schedule. The other drivers like Johnson, Anderson, newest recruiter Xavier Alsop, who will also be moving to Mercedes. I think we'll run full time, so that's what the plan is. So that's where the situation is. So, and I think that is about it. Oh, ICRO Red Bull GT Series. I need to get with Williams and figure out the situation on that, because we've only ran 2 races and it's been a long time since we last ran a ICRL race. So, but we'll have to see how that goes. We'll go from there as Elijah is back.
Yep, I'm back, kids. I now have my burgers and fries.
So again, Annie Thomas and myself have officially been eliminated from a chance at the championship, but I don't think Annie Thomas cares, and neither do I, since we're going to be now running a limited schedule in both the 23 and 26. So, it could be a development driver from either the it could be Ismail driving the 23. We don't know yet. Of course, we already know the 26 will be driven by Alita Torres, so that's that situation's clear. So that's basically. We'll let you know. By the way, we're going to have to redo the truck series because of the computer crash that Williams had. So unfortunately, none of us are safe. One other thing I need to mention, I just realized this. Emmanuel Hartnett, Foster Series drivers, unless they haven't run, has not run less than 5 seasons, Foster Series drivers will be limited to, NASCAR said 10, how about 15 races for Foster's drivers, unless a driver that's racing in the Foster Series has less than 5 races, then they can use, like, for example, Alita Torres, she hasn't ran a full Buffalo Wild Wings Series races, and she's going to run that full-time as well as the Foster Series, possibly a few Truck Series races here, there, and everywhere. So we'll have to see about that. And Christopher Pierce will be in the 13 BMW for the All-Star race if Regan Whitlock does not I think Regan Whitlock's in the 13. If Regan doesn't make the All-Star race, then we already know who will be in the 13 for the All-Star race because of Christopher Pierce's win last season in Chicago. So back over to you, my green, awesome.
You forgot?
No, I did not forget.
Green, awesome hedgehog.
My green, awesome, thankful hedgehog.
All right. Let's look ahead to Homestead. Probably one of the biggest weekends yet. We have the Final Four for all three races, for all three seasons. The Camping World Truck Series will close out their deal with the Ford EcoBoost 200, Xfinity, Ford EcoBoost 300, and the Cup Series Ford EcoBoost 400. So, what do you think we're going to expect at Homestead?
Well, I think, with what we've seen so far in the past races, thing Homestead is not used to is 1, the caution clock, 2, the overtime line. But Homestead is a track where getting on the pit road could be a challenge, especially using the access road, because we've seen a number of drivers make mistakes on the access road, and it costed a driver a win, if not in the Final Four's case, a championship. So I keep my eye on the access road going into turn 3 and coming off turns 3 and 4, and getting on the pit road, and also going into 1 and 2 when they come off pit road. Because, like I said, a number of drivers made mistakes. We might see one of that could affect who wins and which 3 drivers will lose their chances of winning the championship in Friday, Saturday, and Sunday's races.
That's going to be very interesting, because the thing about it is, 3 Final Four races. This is going to be very, very, very crazy. I'm having a hard time talking right now because this burger is not going down.
We don't mind if Elijah is eating on his show. It's only when we're recording a video on YouTube. No offense to Elijah.
Mm-hmm. Non checking. I completely understand.
Yeah. But we'll allow Elijah eating on the on his own shows, because it's Elijah Gordon's shows. End of story. It's not mine. It's not Williams. It's not anybody's. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. Yeah, because like I said, this is going to be very, very crazy. This in like no other championship weekend that we've had so far. Because this, it's going to be very awesome. Because if you think about it, the Truck Series, we're going to have 4 separate teams from GMS Racing, one truck from Thor Sport, one truck from Kyle Busch Motorsports, another from Red Horse Racing. So it's a battle. Excuse me. It's a battle between 4 different teams for the championship. So that's going to be very interesting for the Truck Series. And Xfinity. It comes down to probably one of the greatest championship battles we'll probably ever see in the Xfinity Series, between 2 of the powerhouses of the Xfinity Series, Joe Gibbs Racing and Junior Motorsports. That's going to be very fun to watch.
I think, as we had an incident on the it doesn't matter who wins the championship Saturday. Here's another thing. This will be Joe Gibbs Racing's first ever Joe Gibbs Racing would win their first ever Xfinity title, or Junior Motorsports win their first Xfinity title. It doesn't matter which driver from that stable wins. It'll be their first Xfinity championship.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
So that's a big first right there.
And then the Cup Series, we have 2 drivers from Joe Gibbs Racing, Carl Edwards, Kyle Busch.
Crybaby Busch, we call him.
Crybaby. one from Penske, and that unfortunately it's the little girl that's going to be
my crumpet.
And he's going to be like talking in a little girl's voice, like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna tweet this. I'm gonna post this on Instagram.
How about slice little girl bread?
Sliced little girl who sliced the bread.
Little girl who sliced the bread.
Like Kendrick.
Yeah. And then 6-time Sprint Cup Series champ Jimmy Johnson.
Oh God!
dear.
Please don't let him make it 7.
Or he'll tie the king and Dale Earnhardt, who
I
will
need
be
to
rowing
ask.
his.
What is it about Jimmy Johnson you don't like, William?
Because he's been winning all these championships, and I do not want him breaking. And I've said this time and time again. I do not want him breaking, let alone tying, Petty and Earnhardt's record.
Even though,
Well, to be honest, he hasn't been winning a whole lot as of lately. I mean, if you look at Kyle Busch, he's been winning a whole bunch as we lost.
And despite Petty, well, I don't know about Petty, but despite Earnhardt being in the Hall of Fame, I mean, them having that record is pretty much the only legacy they have left, at least in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But as I'm gonna try to get an invite back to Voiles. Never mind. I don't have to do that.
Google Plus used my sister to kick me out of the call. Stupid Google Plus.
All right.
Sorry about that. I
Yeah.
blame my phone for
I don't know what-
everything.
Dale Earnhardt's wins has been broken, while Petty still stands.
There's no way in the world
Yeah.
they're going to reach 200 wins. I doubt that will be broken.
That will probably never be broken, unless if there's somebody that's like extremely good, they can win the title. Win
Even
7 titles.
Morgan Shepherd can't even win.
Well, he won a few races, but
Yeah, he's only won 4 Cup races. The last one was the first one was I think at Martinsville in '81, and then his last was at Atlanta in '93.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still eating, guys. All right. Let's do a driver to win.
Woo-hoo!
Let's go over predictions. Driver to win. Driver to stay away from. Driver that's going to be the dark horse. Best driver of in the final 4 that's going to win the championship. So Daniel, you go first.
It's a quadruple boom for all 3 series, right?
I guess so.
I'll be right back.
And just when it was Royals' turn to make his picks. So William, I guess you can make your picks while Royals is out.
Well, normally I would do just Cub, but I guess I'll go with all 3 for the race,
Okay.
right?
For the race, driver to win, driver to stay away from, and then
Yeah.
the dark horse, and then
Okay,
where we're gonna add, and then we're gonna add a twist.
we're
We're gonna add the
Trump?
twist.
What?
William, hang on. We're gonna add a little twist because I said that we picked the champion of the series in the final 4. A driver that's in the final 4 who we think would be the champion.
Well, all right. Driver to win the race in the Truck Series. Probably be William Byron.
Mm-hmm.
Dark horse. I guess that Rico guy. I don't really pay that much attention to him.
Rico Abreu.
Driver to stay away from. Ooh, that's a tough one. I can't really think of any. I don't know. Christopher Bell.
I guess.
Okay, for Xfinity, driver to win.
Oh, what about the champ? What about the champ?
Champion. Wait, who are the final four in the? Wait, now I remember. Matt Crafton, Johnny Sauter.
Timothy Peters, Christopher Bell.
I have a feeling it's going to be Matt Crafton, but I'm going to go with Johnny Sauter.
Now it's Trinity.
See, driver to win. I would say Daniel Suarez. Dark horse. I guess Bubba Wallace. Driver to stay away from. Yeah, I can't really think of a driver to stay away from. Yeah, so I'll just skip that. And the champion, Daniel Suarez. I mean, because, if you win the race, you automatically win the championship, right?
Yeah.
If you finish the highest out of the final four, you win the championship.
Whether or not you won the race or not.
Yep.
Okay.
Because that's what Kyle Busch did last year to win the championship. By the way, I'm back after my cat after I decided to bring my cat in the house, and then he went to go back outside. That little numpty.
All right, and now for Cup. Driver to win. It's probably going to be either Busch or Johnson. Dark horse. Alex Bowman. Driver stay away from. I don't know. I guess. Is Josh Wise going to be in the race?
We don't know.
So.
Because I heard the 98 wasn't going to be racing. Because they weren't on the entry list unless they've updated it.
Well, I guess I'll go with Greg Biffle. And the championship. God, I have a feeling it's going to be Johnson, but I'm going to pick. I don't know what the hell. I'll pick Johnson.
All right, and now we'll go to the guy that was on his turn, but then all of a sudden said, "I'll be right back." Daniel Wells.
Yes. By the way, I owe Elijah Gordon a party for my green, awesome, thankful hedgehog.
Yay.
Okay, I'm going to start off with the Truck Series. Also, I want to mention John West Townley is done for the year.
Oh, yeah, because of that ankle. Never mind.
My friend Brady Boswell is going to be replacing him. Boswell is going to make his second Truck Series start. Yay. First since Eldora. Yay.
Yay.
Welcome back, Brady. Hope you have a fantastic entry. Grant Infinger, by the way, is going to be replacing Parker Kligerman for this one race. So that will make Emmanuel Hartnett not too happy. Anyway, the driver to win the race, and I've had to look at the past several Truck Series events. I kind of think this guy deserves a break, especially for trying to make up that engine failure, even though he was recently eliminated. I'm going to go with every driver. William Byron wins at Homestead, Miami to pick up his 7th win and what could have been a championship. I pick William Byron to win the race because he's been so dominant. It's a shame, it came one race after he was recently eliminated, but nevertheless, to go out to win your 7th and final win in the Truck Series before going to the Xfinity Series next season, I think William Byron is going to win the race. The driver to stay away from, and I've had to look through my notes very carefully, this guy is always a crasher every single time in the series. He crashes more than Rico Abreu. Stay away from Tommy Joe Martins because he always likes to crash. He always likes to blow a tire. He's had more DNFs than anybody in the Truck Series. So I think you better stay away from that weapon in the 44 because he is a lethal weapon every time he crashes. Tommy Joe Martin, hard in the wall. Tommy Joe Martin has blown up. Yeah, he will always be the first caution, Tommy Joe Martin. So please stay away from him. The dark horse, even though this driver was recently eliminated in the first round, I would keep your eye on John Hunter Nemechek. I think, the thing is, John Hunter Nemechek, he is good at mile and a half, and he won the recent race at Chicagoland, so definitely a driver that could win it. The champion, I'm going to go with rookie Christopher Bell. I think, going from flipping at Daytona, he's had a very consistency, especially going in the chase. He will be the second rookie driver to win the championship. And the first since since Eric Jones. I think Christopher Bell, I think that Ford truck won the championship before. They will do it again. And also I need to point out Patrick Starpoli is making his Truck Series debut in the 07. That's if he makes the race. So. All right. So Xfinity, and I have a feeling you're drinking a Pepsi if I'm correct, Elijah.
How can you see through my screen?
I can guess what you're drinking, my green awesome hedgehog.
We know you love Pepsi.
Oh, wow. 5 drivers are going home in Xfinity.
Yep.
So, because Jeff Green's in 9-9.
And Cole Custer may not. I don't know if Cole Custer is going to make it.
That will be interesting. Yeah, we'll have to see. That's more Xfinity drivers so far this year.
Yeah.
Anyway, driver to win the race. This driver won this race 1 year ago when now Cup Series driver Chris Buescher made it to the Cup Series, driving for now Front Row Motorsports. I'm going to go with Kyle Larson. I think Kyle Larson is very good. He won this race last year. He's a driver that I think could be a big surprise driver. So keep an eye on Kyle Larson, even though Cup drivers always like to dominate. The driver to stay away from, I had this figure. This guy has also been a disappointment. The last couple of weeks he's been. He was a driver that was just recently eliminated. Darrell Wallace Jr., I stay away from him. I have a feeling, that bad. I don't know if he will be recovering, in the 6 car because of what happened to him. But that's a driver you might stay away from. And also, I would also throw Ray Black Jr. as another driver to stay away from. He's also had some.
He's also like Tommy Joe Martin's, but even worse.
Yeah. The dark horse pick, I want to consider the underdogs that don't get a lot of chances in the Xfinity Series. I'm going to say Jordan Anderson driving the 46. He is a driver that a lot of people, he didn't race Phoenix, but his boy, Mike Harmon, gave him a chance to run that 74 truck, which is something that none of us had saw coming.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming either.
And then
I didn't even.
46,
Right.
And the 46 team now saw that and gave him an opportunity to race in the Xfinity Series. So I think Jordan Anderson, I think a top 15, top 20 run would be good. That's if he makes the race.
Funny thing is, that's the first time that Jordan Anderson has driven the 74 since last year.
Yeah.
So that's
with a different team, and his fire suit was with a different team. That's funny.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I don't understand why Austin Wayne Self took over the 66 when you had, I think, what is it, Myatt Bryson?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Took over, got the 22. I don't understand that.
Yeah. But that's another story to tell.
But, back on track.
The champion of the Xfinity Series, I think he's going to go 2 for 2. I think it's going to be Eric Jones, your 2016 NASCAR Xfinity Series champion, and the NASCAR official's dead.
Where? Okay, if that's
I'm
right,
just pretending.
if you get that right, And it'd be funny if it's like Rick Ellis says, and here comes Aaron Jones. He's gonna win the championship. And oh my gosh, I see a NASCAR official lying on the floor dead.
I think somebody will roll in their grave. So, anyway.
Cup Series.
You know, I have a feeling I know the driver that's going to go home. Reed Sorensen, because he's going to be slow as molasses. So, yeah, he'll go home. Anyway, the driver to win the race. Well, if I had to say this driver definitely deserved this race, the driver that's going to win the race, I have a feeling this driver has a lot of confidence coming in. You know, I would like to see Tony Stewart win his 50th and final Sprint Cup race. I'm going Tony Stewart to win the race. Even though he was already eliminated in the first round, the chase for the championship, you know, I think he's done fantastic so far. I think he could be the driver that will win this race. As far as the driver to stay away from, I believe this driver has been a lethal weapon in his final start for Richard Petty Motorsports because he's retiring. Stay away from Brian. I love to crash a lot because I'm worse than Tommy Joe Martins and
Ray Black Jr.
Ray Black Jr. because I cannot stop running into people because I don't know where the brakes are. Scott. So stay away from Brian Scott.
He actually has ARCA brakes.
Yes, stay away from Brian Scott because he is a lethal weapon. The driver that is my dark horse, I think could be a little bit big surprise, was a driver that was recently eliminated from the championship, Denny Hamlin. You know, he has done a fantastic job this season, even though he was recently, like I said, eliminated from championship contention. Of course, the four drivers and the drivers that were eliminated from the chase no longer have their chase schemes, even though it doesn't matter. And the championship four from all three series after this race will no longer have their chase scheme after this weekend is over. So I'm going to go Denny Hamlin. And as far as the champion, I'm not picking Johnson. I'm not picking Joey Logano. I'm not picking Kyle Busch. I'm picking Carl Edwards. I think Carl Edwards is due for a championship. Carl Edwards, in my opinion, came close to winning the championship in 2011, but losing the tiebreaker because he only had one win versus Tony Stewart, who had 6 wins or 5 wins.
5 wins.
No, 5 wins, which counted the win he won at Homestead, Miami, that got him the championship. So I think this is Carl Edwards' championship to lose, even though he's only like 5 points or so behind Joey Logano, who comes in as the points leader, which it really doesn't matter since the points are getting reset.
Yep.
All right, Gordon, it's your turn, my awesome hedgehog friend.
All right, kids, here we go for the Truck Series. The driver to win. I am going to say William Byron. Here's why. He has been so dominant most of the season with those 6 wins, excuse me. My bad. And I have a feeling that William Byron could close out his Truck Series career by getting a win at Homestead before moving up to the Xfinity Series for Junior Motorsports. The guy to stay away from, you might want to stay away from Rico Abreu. I mean, sure, he's had some great runs here and there. I mean, he performs really well. But the thing about it is, you know, he just hasn't been performing as well as he did when racing in the K&N series. So, I mean, I wouldn't really look for Rico Abreu to be the guy that's going to be mixing the whole thing up. And the dark horse, excuse me.
You're excused.
This is going to be a very big unknown. Noah Gragson may be the dark horse.
And he's also in the 18 this week.
Yep. And and this will be his first 1.5 mile track that he'll have a race on. So I have a feeling that Noah Gragson could probably be the guy that could mix things up.
Did he run for the Xfinity? Did he run a plate track, Noah Gragson?
No.
I think he needs to run a plate track before he's ready for. I think he'll run a plate track before he is ready
Yeah.
to move up.
And the champion, I will say, he's won the championship back-to-back, 2013, 2014. Matt Crafton will win the 2016 championship and become another driver to win 3 Camping World Truck Series championships. Xfinity Series. Driver to win. I'm going to say, I'm not going to pick a Cup driver.
Thank God. I picked Billy.
Give
Your
me.
excuse.
Jeez, I'm having a lot of excuses. But
Every time you say excuse me, I have to say your excuse. That's why we love Hedgehog Brothers.
The driver to win in the Xfinity Series, I will pick Matt Tifft.
Ooh. And your reason why?
I think this. If I'm not mistaken, this is his first time that he's going to be racing at Homestead in the Xfinity Series. I know he's in the entry list for the Truck Series, though, so let's hope that Matt Tifft could get his first win since getting that brain surgery a few months ago. I mean, he's been performing top level.
I have a feeling next year he's going to win Comeback Driver of the Year, hands down.
Hands down, yeah. Because he's been doing exceptionally well. And I have a great feeling Matt Tifft has his first win in sights. The guy to stay away from,
Billy.
Ryan Reed. Stay away from Ryan Reed because, over the course of this entire season, he hasn't really been – he's been consistent, but it just isn't enough.
Plus, he hasn't been the victory lane.
Yeah, it's not enough for him to get. It's not enough for him to get his second win of his career and the first win of the season. So, don't look for Ryan Reed to be the guy that's going to be competing for the win. The dark horse. I'm going to go bold and say Jeremy Clements.
Ooh,
will be the dark horse because remember back in Indianapolis, I think he qualified really, really well, and then I'm trying to remember. Because he did good in the opening part of the season. I think some of that luck just fell off. But I'm hoping that Jeremy Clements gets back up and maybe mixes something up. And then the champion. Since Daniel Voiles and William Brock went for both of the Gibbs cars, I'm going to go for a junior motorsports car and say Elliott Sadler will win the Xfinity Series championship because despite the fact that he's been running in the Xfinity Series for most of his NASCAR career, I mean, I have a great feeling that Elliott Sadler is due for a championship. I think he won. No, he didn't win a championship throughout his Xfinity career. So he's definitely due for a title.
Might I add, he's also trying to win the championship without his crew chief.
Oh, yeah. Without his original crew chief, which I have no idea what his name is. But anyway.
You get my point.
Cup Series. Driver to win. I'm going to say this right now. This year, we will not see a chase driver go to victory lane. We will have a non-chaser win the race. And I'm picking, let's see. I'm going to pick
Billy.
I'm going incredibly bald here.
Oh, Lord.
Say Alex Bowman.
Ooh, why?
Because remember a few days ago, Alex Bowman dominated Phoenix. He had the win in sight. If Kyle Busch had not made the move to try to get around Alex Bowman, and Bowman
didn't block
with Kenseth coming down on him, then Bowman would have had that win today, kids.
So then Matt Kenseth would have won the race, and Joey Logano would have been eliminated, correct?
Yeah, if only. But if only because Alex Bowman had a really strong car. But I was wishing Alex Bowman would just all of a sudden get the best restart that he could ever get, and then just pass Matt Kenseth and then drive away with the win. Nope. Kyle Busch decides to use Alex Bowman to wreck his teammate.
Which that could come back to haunt him at Homestead.
Yeah.
Should also teammates need to be aware about the championship, because if somebody does take out one of the championship contenders, they would get parked by NASCAR, because NASCAR doesn't like it when somebody tries to ruin the outcome of the championship.
Yeah. The funny thing about it is that because if you think back to 2013, when Clint Boyer, when MWR was trying to get their cars into the chase with Clint Boyer and Martin Truex,
we had championship implications.
First of all, Truex was doing everything he could to keep Jeff Gordon behind him. Clint Boyer was just riding, and all of a sudden, boom, he intentionally spins out the car. And in the restart, Brian Vickers goes to pit. And that totally screwed everything up. So that I'm hoping does not happen next week. Especially with the Joe Gibbs teammates. Joe Gibbs and Penske. That's what I'm hoping. That they don't.
That's Brad Keselowski's voice.
No, I thought it was nay, nay, nay.
Because he
that.
could be a donkey.
Donkey Face. That's his new name, Donkey Face.
Donkey Horse Face.
But yep, I think. Excuse me.
Your excuse.
Alex Bowman is my pick to win. The guy to stay away from. Let's see.
He's a lethal weapon.
I'm not gonna pick the lethal weapon in his final race. I'm gonna pick the lethal weapon, Danica Patrick. I'm sorry,
the
Danica
female
Patrick.
with lethal weapon.
I'm sorry, Danica Patrick fans, but I just don't think Danica's gonna just, she might do it. She might get wrecked like she typically does. So.
Because she's Danica Patrick, that's why. Because she always says, I
got
wrecked in the big turn.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, she's a good driver. Just, again, she needs to maintain her sanity, for one. And two, race all her other fellow competitors respectively. Especially
her teammates. Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, I'm looking at both of you idiots.
And oh, wait, you already mentioned Kevin Harvick. Never mind. But anyway, dark horse. Prepare yourselves. Chase Elliott.
I'm surprised I didn't pick him.
I almost said should, but he will be the dark horse going into the Homestead finale. Why? He is long overdue. I feel that he's long overdue for a win. Because I think he finished second at Michigan twice.
Because he messed up on the restarts.
Well, yeah. Because if he had gotten those restarts, I mean, the second Michigan race, both Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott messed up the restarts, but however, it was Kyle Larson that came out with the edge because he had a slightly better restart. However, I feel that Chase Elliott should have gotten that win, but I'm not saying that Kyle Larson completely cheated, but Larson raced fair. I mean, he actually did a pretty good job, but I think Chase Elliott may win at Homestead, Miami. Then the champion, drum roll, please. Leroy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson, I think, will win his 7th championship and tie with Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt.
And I just want to point this out. If Chase Elliott does not win, the streak of the 24 going to victory lane will come to an end. It'll be the first time since 2008 that the number 24 did not visit victory lane.
Since 2010.
Or 2010, I'm sorry.
Since 2010. I think also Jeff Gordon the 24 didn't win in 2008. No,
that was when he had bad luck left and right.
Because of the COT. Because of the car tomorrow. The cot car.
The car of yesterday.
It was the cot car. Now it's the koi car.
That is it as far as our picks, because it's only the three of us.
Is there any other news possibly that NASCAR came up with, or no?
I think as far as that is no, but there is a driver been on probation from PCSRA.
Drum roll, please.
Robert Morris is on probation, if you didn't hear. Hey, Williams is active on Facebook. The reason Robert Morris is on probation is he kicked a PCSRA official.
Wow.
Yeah. Apparently, he was fed up with a failing inspection 8 times, and he decided to take his frustration out on an official. Moron. Definitely a driver who should know better than that. Does it again, he'll be kicked. He'll be suspended for the Atlanta race.
Yeah.
Chet Collingwood will be driving the 14. So Chet Collingwood will be making his debut. I think he'll be running in the Xfinity Series very soon. I don't know. I haven't heard any teams that want to pick him up, but we'll have to wait and see about that.
Yep. All right. So I think that's all.
Yeah.
I think that's all of it. So
apple pie rolls.
Apple pie rolls.
Oh no, now we're gonna get into food. Oh good Lord. Elijah's going to kill me because I said something about food.
No. Well, I think that's all the news.
How long has this stream been going?
Almost an hour and a half.
Interesting, kids.
So I guess that's it. So thank you guys a lot for watching. And by the way, William Brock, if you look on Google Hangouts, I said something about there. So you might have to scroll up a little bit.
What? About what?
Go ahead, Wills. If you were you're getting ready to say something.
Nathan Stapleton just messaged me on Hangouts. If you didn't see Nathan Stapleton's pics in the chat.
I know the chats it's right there. I know.
Yeah, we already saw the.
But what did you say?
I had posted in the chat saying that Connor Bratton will be debuting one time. That's it. And if you would like to, if you don't want to be on the stream, I'm not going to force you to. So.
Okay.
One thing I would like to mention is, I know this is the NRLOA podcast, but Incredible Pete's is coming back, and I'm overdue for a victory in the go-karts.
Go-karts!
I haven't won in a long time.
All right. So, yeah, I guess that's it. So, thank you guys a lot for watching. Don't forget to tune into the Elijah Rowan Talk Show. I may have to change it to Saturday, but unless if something comes up, it'll still be on Friday, and it'll have to be a little bit earlier. So, due to the fact that the Truck Series race starts at 8 p.m., we're going to, for the final 3 races in the NASCAR season, an hour prior to official coverage starting. So, yeah, be sure to tune in for that. And I I guess that's all I got to say. So on behalf
And don't
of Daniel,
forget, we have. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say this has been the penultimate episode of the NRLOA podcast, because next week will be the season finale of the NRLOA podcast before Daytona.
unless because I said at the top of the show that an early podcast would go part-time for like the big most important news ever, like
Yay!
during the off season. So it's not the last episode that you'll probably see.
It'll be the season finale.
Season finale, then we'll be part-time from there. So yeah, on behalf of Daniel Willis and Willie Brock, I'm Elijah Gordon, aka Max the Hedgehog, saying until next time, we will see you all for the Elijah Gordon Talk Show.
Free Elijah Gordon!